Okay, in this video we'll be looking at the HTML canvas and some of the drawing methods and some effects that we can achieve using the HTML canvas element. So I have an HTML here that has an element called the canvas. You can set the width and height, and I also have set the ID of this element. So this element alone will not give you any drawing functionality. You have to actually use JavaScript methods and that is how you implement some of the canvas functionality. Let me show you some things that I have done using this canvas method. So see that I used there's a way to draw lines in a path. So that is what I've done here. I've also set some kind of gradient here, so there is color attributes to this one. I've set the line width also. Here, this is for rectangle. So you can draw a rectangle, a square, you can set colors for the background. You can also cut out a portion of the rectangle, and that's what I have here. Okay, here I've combined like a rectangle with a triangle, and I have two cutout rectangles here, and I've combined them to form a house. Here I've shown you how to do different so this is a full circle, and then you can define how much of a circle you want to see, and this also helps you create cool effects. This is an arc, so if you have two lines, connecting the two lines using an arc you can achieve. And then I did a little bit of animation here where I used the four different methods I showed to create this kind of animation. Okay, so these are all possible. There's also more that's possible. So let's first look at the basic setup for any canvas. Okay, that's what we are going to be doing a demo of today. Okay, so we are going to be writing JavaScript code. So we need the window onload. Right, so what we first do is we do we get the element. Okay, so I have access to the canvas now. For me to be able to write draw to the canvas, I need to call a method called context, and then you have to say the context is 2D, and you have to hold on to this context. Okay, so this is what is going to give us the ability to do more manipulation of the canvas. We have to always do things on the canvas, window load, because otherwise any of the document elements won't be generated. So it will get called the canvas prematurely and will give you an undefined. So just always remember that. Okay, so let me show you what we can do in this canvas. So there are two things to remember: stroke, and then there's a fill. Okay, stroke gives a line, fill is like a bucket and fills an area with color. Okay, stroke and fill. So these are two basic things for drawing anything. So you remember those two. And then you will have a stroke style, means you're setting how the line is supposed to be. If you have a fill style, it means how your color is supposed to be. So you can use gradients or you can use solid colors. Okay, so for a path, basically you can say all of these drawing methods are accessible through context. In this case, we have the variable called CTX. So you can directly work on the canvas, you have to work on the context, the 2D context of the canvas. Okay, so remember that. So begin path. Some of the steps that we need for a path: you define where you want to go. First, you define that you want to draw a path. Then there is a move to and line to. Then there's a stroke and fill. These are all different methods. Okay, so this is what we are going to be looking at right now to define a path. Okay, so always you have to work on the context at begin path. That's just a method. It tells you that okay, now you're going to start drawing. That's what it says. Context dot move to moves your pen or cursor to a particular location. Let's say we want to move to 50-50. So this is going to be the x and y coordinates. Okay, so we are moving our cursor to the position 50-50. Now then what you do is you say line 2. So you are at the position 50-50 now, and you are drawing a line from 50-50 to, let's say, 100-100. Okay, that's what it does. And then this, it defines the line, it doesn't draw. Okay, when you say stroke, that is when the line is drawn. Okay, in this case fill is pointless because our path is so small. Okay, so you can continue saying different lines from any so when you say line 2, this is the first move to is setting your beginning position, and this is the ending position. For this guy, the prior position is the beginning position, so this will draw a line from 100 to, let's say, it'll go to 150 75. Then this goes to 75 200. Then this goes to 100 100. Okay, so this will from 100 100 it will go to 150 75. From 75, from 150 75, this will do a line to 75 200. Then here it will go from 75 200 to 100 100. So this is what happens. So once you're done, you just tell the system that you're done, close path, and then you stroke. Okay, this should draw a line, a series of lines. Okay, and they are all connected to each other. See, so that is what happened on the load. We are not pressing any button because we just are doing a demo code. It directly is writing. I'm just like, I just want to show you, like, what happens when you do a begin path and how things work. So I came in, I loaded. So this is the 50 50 to 100 100. Then it goes wherever. Okay, so the last line it itself draws. We don't have to draw it. So we started from here, we went 1. Okay, we started from here 1 2 3 4, right? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so close path will make sure that the final closing part is done. So we did a stroke. Let us say that you want to set the color. So you say stroke style, and then you can say it has to be a certain color.